Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do the detailed and full review of the Infinix Zero 5. So Infinix Zero 5 is the latest offering in the sub 20k price segment, and Infinix claims this to be the flagship device of the company, and this is the Infinix Zero 5 which has been launched in India for a price of 17,999. So this comes with the 6GB RAM and 64GB internal storage, and this has the Helio P25 octa-core chipset. So Infinix Zero 5 comes with a 5.98-inch Full HD resolution display, and this is having a 4350 mAh battery. So it's a power pack device at 17,999, but is it really great value for money, and how does it fare with the competition? Let's find out in this detailed review. So first up, let's talk about the design and build quality. So design wise, the Infinix Zero 5 is a good looking device out there. You can see the camera unit is kind of different and has similarities with the Huawei P9. We have a dual camera setup, 12 and 13 megapixel camera. We have the fingerprint scanner located below it, the Infinix logo, and curved tapered edges give it as a good feel altogether. The sides houses the power and volume keys, the SIM tray, and the top portion does not have any openings or slot. The bottom portion houses the USB Type-C port, the earphone jack, and also the speaker unit. On the left side we have the micro SD card expansion slot. So only a few devices offer dedicated SD card, and Infinix Zero 5 is one of them. So overall, in terms of the build quality, it is a solid, well built phone, excellent build quality for this price segment, and it definitely feels solid in hands. But at the same time, this device is a 6-inch massive phablet, so using the device with one hand is not possible. Even if you have large hands, this is not a device to handle with one hand. And the weight of the device is slightly on the higher side, but with two hands it is quite manageable. But for a person with smaller hands, it might be a bit difficult to handle the device. So that was the design and build quality. Now let's talk about the display. So as I said before, the device comes with a 5.98-inch Full HD resolution display, and the display quality is pretty good. The display is crisp, vibrant, colorful, and offers pretty good viewing angles as well. It is supported with a 2.5D glass, and there is Corning Gorilla Glass support on the display. So that makes the display one of the best available in this price segment. You can see the viewing angles are really good. There is no color variation when you tilt the display, and overall it feels really good. And also the touch response feels pretty smooth. So we feel it is definitely one of the good displays out there in this price segment. Next up, let's talk about the software. So Infinix is a pretty new company in India, and they have this custom UI called XOS. So this device also comes with XOS, and we have Android 7.0 out of the box. So we also done a detailed video on XOS features and options available. So this device does come with some additional options. You can see it's a custom UI. The notifications and quick toggles are also kind of different and customizable as well. And in the gestures and smart motion, you get some additional options like tap to wake, double tap to wake, then 3-finger screenshot. There is one-handed UI, then screen recording is included, then app lock is available. Xside is yet another application which is quite handy. There is multi app support, that means you can run 2 instances of the same app. So all these features are power packed in the XOS. So if you want to see how good the XOS is, and also how the features included in XOS, we have a dedicated video on that. We'll post the link to that video in the description of this video. So overall the software feels quite good. It's a refreshing UI, but unfortunately there is no Android Oreo available as of now. The company is promising one major upgrade for this device, so probably Oreo will be available pretty soon, but there is no mention of when that will be rolled out. So that's the software aspect, and overall it feels quite good, and there is a lot of customization options available in this UI. Now let's talk about the performance. So this is one of those devices which comes with 6GB RAM, and probably the first device to support a 6GB RAM at this price segment. And this is powered by the Helio P25 octa-core chipset. So Helio P25 is a mid-range chipset, and we have seen this chipset in quite a few devices launched in India, and it's not a really power-packed hardware, but it does come with 6GB RAM, so it has effortless multitasking abilities, and we did not see any sort of lags in day-to-day experience, and the benchmark score is also quite good for a phone in this price segment. So in terms of day-to-day experience, we do not see any sort of issues, and it does the job pretty well. Now when it comes to gaming, that's where the device was not really top class, and we could see some minor hiccups here and there in terms of the gaming experience. And because it has a 6-inch display, we would have expected slightly better gaming experience, because playing games on a 6-inch display is definitely a great experience. But unfortunately, the device does not have great overall gaming abilities. So that's one of the downsides for this device. Now other than that, this phone comes with dual SIM cards. There is a dedicated SD card as well, and there is support for 4G and VoLTE support. And the speaker performance, the speaker is located on the bottom panel, and speaker does a quite good job altogether. And if you're a person listening to movies because of the larger display, you won't be disappointed with the speaker performance. So that's the performance aspect of the Infinix Zero 5. Now talking about the fingerprint scanner, the fingerprint scanner is located on the rear panel, and it does a good job altogether in unlocking the device. You can also use the fingerprint scanner for other tasks like locking apps, then browsing photos, and a lot of features are included. You can also check out those features in the settings. Next up, let's talk about the cameras. So we have a dual camera system on this device. We have a primary 12 megapixel camera, the regular camera, and a 13 megapixel telephoto lens, which is capable of 2x optical zoom. There is an LED flash as well. On the front panel, we have a 16 megapixel camera, again with an LED flash. So we also done a detailed camera review of this device, so you can also check out that video. The camera quality taken in daylight conditions was quite good and acceptable levels, but it was at times it was kind of inconsistent. But overall, we would say it is definitely above average performance in daylight conditions, and also the close-up images did work out quite well, and the color quality was pretty good for a phone in this price segment. So overall, you won't be disappointed with the daylight captures, and does a good job altogether. But coming to the low light abilities, that's where the phone struggles a bit with the noise creeping in when the light diminishes, and when in artificial light condition, when the light conditions are pretty low, you can see a lot of noise creeping in. So that's the camera performance, and one of the important aspects of this device is the portrait mode. It does a really good job with the portrait photos, and we have taken some really good portrait images with almost accurate results. It's not 100% accurate, but it does a really good job with the portrait images. So another area where this device excels is the selfie camera. It's one of the really good selfie cameras out there. It produces bokeh mode with one camera, but it's not very accurate, but still the selfie experience is definitely one of the best we have seen in this price segment. So if you're a person looking for great selfie experience, you won't be disappointed. Now finally, talking about the battery. So this phone comes with a 4350 mAh battery, and the battery performance is again really good, and we could get almost 7.5 hours of screen on time with this massive 4350 mAh battery, and it also has to power a massive 6-inch display. So considering that aspect, we would say the battery life is really good. 7.5 hours, that is what we got maximum. So I expect anywhere around 6 to 7 hours on an average that could be expected from this device, and this device is really good in terms of the battery performance. The phone also supports fast charging out of the box, so that's another good thing about this device. So now summing up, how good is the Infinix Zero 5 at 17,999? So we'll just highlight the pros and cons. So first up, let's talk about the pros. It has a really good design and build quality, good display, customizable software, good day-to-day performance, and also great portrait photography, as well as great selfie experience, along with terrific battery life. Now the downsides of the device include slightly heavy device to use with one hand, then the gaming experience was not that great, the rear camera abilities in daylight conditions and low light performance was kind of average or slightly above average, not a really class-leading performer. So how good is the device at 17,999? So we would say it does pack a lot of punch, and it's a good all-round package, especially for people who want large screen displays. This is one of those devices to choose, because the Mi Max 2 is the other device which is priced almost same, but the Mi Max 2 does not have a camera which is not as good as the this Infinix Zero 5. So if you are particular about large screens and good camera abilities with good battery life and above average performance, the Infinix Zero 5 is definitely a good device to buy, especially with 6GB RAM and 64GB storage being offered. You also get a 128GB of storage variant at 19,999. So Infinix Zero 5 definitely is a good offering. Probably one of the concerns a lot of users have been asking us is how good is a brand. It's a new brand in India, so we are not really sure about how the brand performance would be, but it does have some good number of service centers across India. You can visit their site and see the service center list. So that was a detailed review of the Infinix Zero 5. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.